OpenAI just released a new paper, Why Language Models Hallucinate. Hallucination is when a language model produces plausibly sounding but incorrect statements, text, sentences. And OpenAI says it's not weird, it's actually expected due to the way language models are trained and especially evaluated. The main reason for hallucinations is that LLMs are trained to guess, not acknowledge truth, but guess, and there is no penalty for wrong guess. So they are just guessing the next word, the next token. In this case, LLM is encouraged to always guess even if it doesn't know, because it can randomly get the correct answer, the correct word, but it will not be punished if the word is wrong. Also, our benchmarks are actually rewarding models that guess and accidentally give the correct answer, and not rewarding models that admit they don't know the answer. So all of these benchmarks we see, it's better for the LLM to always guess, and it will get a higher benchmark score because it's sometimes gonna guess the correct answer, as opposed to LLM telling it doesn't know. Then it will get lower score. It will never guess accidentally the correct answer. So we need to change that, and it makes a lot of sense. So the way I understand this is wrong answer should give negative points, correct answer is positive, and saying it doesn't know, it should just remain 0, no point, negative or positive. That's how we want to train the LLM to behave. Firstly, the paper argues that even if you had perfectly correct training data, because the way LLMs generate text, they are still guessing and predicting, so there will still be wrong answers. Also, they also say that it's easier to check if the statement is correct or not than to generate a correct statement. So here we have a correct statement. There are 2 D's in ladder, which is correct, and incorrect statement, there are 3 L's in spell. So it's easier to train a model to judge which statement is correct than train a model to generate a correct statement. What this tells me is we should not try to create LLM that never hallucinates. Instead, we should have a separate model, maybe LLM, and then use this first LLM to generate a lot of statements, and use this separate LLM to find is this statement true or not. So generate a lot and then pick true ones, correct ones, as opposed to trying to make it only generate true statements. They also have a formula for that, which is crazy. They say that it's 2 times more difficult not to generate hallucinations than to judge them, to know which one is hallucination, which one is true. And this was a simple task, simple experiment where they figured this out, that they did. Let's go back to reasons why model simply doesn't know the answer. Maybe there is not enough information in training data, or the information doesn't exist, or model's architecture is not good enough, not powerful enough, or not suited for the specific task. For example, models are not good at counting letters because they operate on tokens, on groups of letters, so they don't see letters, they see groups of letters. And some problems are just too difficult, like breaking encryption. So here, the best thing model it can do is guess, which will almost certainly lead to a hallucination. And they analyzed MMLU Pro, GPQA, SWE, and Humanity's Last Exam, the scarily named benchmark. And all of them are giving 0 for models saying I don't know. And so models are rewarded for providing a best guess if they don't know. So hallucinations a lot of the time. We need to change this. This is important. We need to change this like quickly. So when these benchmarks need to punish wrong answers, give 0 for I don't know, and give points for correct answers. And I mean give negative points for wrong answer. And even these hallucination benchmarks that we have are not enough. we should change these main benchmarks to punish hallucinations.